Hello, everybody. My name is Max, and my work is called "Lost in Translation: The Challenges of Translating Chinese Tea Terminology." So, in my presentation, first, I have several parts. I have the introduction. I have the overview of the tea production process, the translation challenges in Chinese tea terminology, some case studies, and also would love to talk a little bit about a modern solution to these problems that is called Teaglish, and draw some conclusions. So many people may say that, oh, the tea industry is already so developed. What problems in translation there might be and what challenges there might be. But I must assure you that there are still many complications in translating some of the terms. Because many of the viewers and many of the students from the course, they can speak English, and so for them, drawing some examples in English and Chinese may be a little bit too easy. So let me draw some examples from the Russian language and the way how people translate these terms into English. For example, here I have three words. The first word is samovar. As you can see, it is in English it is just translated by literal transliteration. They just write samovar, and this doesn't transfer any meaning to English translation. So basically, if you tell any English speaker samovar, person will have no idea what are you talking about. Next we have Ivan Chai and balalaika. All these words are transliterated. So basically it means that we put the sounding into the Latin letters without transferring the meaning. And I think that's a big problem in many cases because, yeah, we did the translation, but our translation doesn't transfer the meaning of the word. Okay, to get deeper into it, let's go through some tea processing terminologies and how they are translated from Chinese to English language. So, as an example, I took the processing of a green tea. We have 5 basic steps. The first one is picking, second cooling, third fixation, fourth rolling, and fifth shaping or drying. And as you can see, like understanding what is picking is pretty easy. Like we're picking something, probably the leaves. Cooling, we absolutely understand what it means from the word itself. Rolling, yes, no problem. Shaping and drying, absolutely. But what is fixation? Like when you hear the word fixation, and even if you are familiar with tea, you may still struggle to understand what does it mean. What do we fix? The fixation of what? And also the second way to say this processing step is killing green. It brings even more questions like what is green, what green, and why are we killing it? And so basically that's the direct translation from the Chinese language, from the words sha qing. So what does it mean? Sha means killing, qing describes the light green color. So the translation is very direct, but it doesn't let us understand why do we say this? Why do we say it this way? So basically, let me explain it to you a little bit. By saying the green in Chinese language, by saying qing, people also very often refer to tea and to the green color of the tea. And by killing it, we actually talk about the enzymes that are presented in the tea leaves. And why do we kill it? Basically, we fry the tea leaves because when the tea leaves are processed by the high temperature, the enzymes deactivate. So they deactivate and they stop the process of oxidization. And that's why basically they die to keep the green color of the leaves and to keep the taste of these leaves. So basically, fixation, what do we fix? We fix the enzymes inside of the leaves. And what do we kill? We actually kill the process of oxidization to keep the green color. So once I explain it to you, okay, probably you have some understanding why this process is called fixation, also known as killing green. But you see, in this case, the direct translation doesn't help to understand the meaning. So we have to explain it, and that makes things more complicated. Here I have more examples for you. We have different names of different kinds of tea, like Longting, Pu'er, Tieguanyin, and Hongcha. And you see, for foreigners, most of the time when we buy tea abroad in Western countries or in Russia, the name will just directly say Longting or maybe Dragon Well. Okay, in the case of Dragon Well, it's also translated correctly, translated directly, but it doesn't transfer any meaning because for a foreigner, he has no idea why dragon, why well, why is it a dragon well, and what can it tell me about the taste. Once they hear pu'er, they don't know that there is a city and there is an area in China that is called pu'er. When they hear black tea, basically you see, in the case with Hongcha, yeah, we translate it as black tea. So there is already mistranslation. It's supposed to be red tea, not black tea. So, and there are actually many things, many problems that we have here when we translate different terminology and names of different teas. That most of them, they either do not transfer the meaning or they do not transfer the Chinese authenticity. For example, when we talk about black tea, red, like Hong, the red color in China has a very big meaning in Chinese culture. So that's why this tea is called red, not only because of the color of infusion, but also because of the big role of red color in Chinese culture. So, and of course, this tea also plays big role in Chinese culture. So that's why you can see that it is very hard to find the balance in translation, to find the balance between transferring authenticity in translation, between transferring the meaning and the sounding of the name. So yeah, we have to find this balance, but like the question is how? And there is a solution that was invented by my colleagues, and it is called Teaglish. So basically, Teaglish is the combination of two words, tea and English, and that's the mix of both of them. So we kind of develop the language for all the tea lovers who want to become international tea masters. And Teaglish is not only a language; it's also new movement that we start in China, the movement of preparing bilingual international tea specialists and tea masters. Because as you can see, you cannot just translate the words directly and expect the people, the consumers, to fully understand this tea only from translation. They need somebody, they need a person who would serve as a bridge between these two cultures, between China with all its depth and with all the cultural depths of the Chinese tea, and between the West, between the person who consumes the tea and loves the tea. So yeah, that, in my opinion, that's the only way for us to find this balance, because the very qualified bilingual tea master can explain you all these things, can explain you the names of the tea, the cultural significance of this tea, the history of this tea, how to drink it, how to brew it, because all these things are very hard to put on paper just by translating the name of this tea. And even to put it in the description, you have to have like a very, very long description for this tea. So the best way to connect these two worlds is to have a team of professional bilingual specialists who can let the international market love Chinese tea more and more and understand it more and more deep.